Hey guys, Jacob the Dragon here today, and what I'm gonna talk about today is why making a comic is actually harder than it looks. Well, in my case at least. One of the reasons why is because of that. One, like, if it takes me a while, then one of the reasons why it could take me a while is because my room is like literally filled with distractions. This, like this and that. You get the idea. But yeah, that is one of the reasons is that like if it takes me a while to like draw it or do the coloring process or whatever phase I'm in, there's bound to be a break which kind of takes me away from it for just a tad bit. So, yeah, sometimes it depends on how long it takes me to make a page. Without distractions, I probably might estimate that might take me like maybe about a half an hour or so. Maybe. And another reason why making a comic is difficult is because, well, sometimes when there's so many characters and sometimes cameos, I am bound to forget a character or two. Like how I forgot Flash and Bruce. And when I realized that I haven't included those two in a while, I was like, oh crap. But there's no worries because me, Ren, and Rose already found a way to take care of those problems. Like making up making up the excuse why they weren't there so there isn't any plot holes. And then there's another reason, which is that sometimes I'm bound to make errors. Yes, I will admit I have made a few mistakes. And it's not just with the spelling of some words. It's not just grammar mistakes, but one mistake I would hate to admit is that I, on a few pages, accidentally drew Shift's wings as dragon wings, as the feathered wings he was supposed to have. I'm surprised almost nobody caught on to that. Even though that's a big characteristic of Shift. He has feathery wings, and yet almost nobody noticed it. But yeah, and sometimes remembering certain things can be a bit hard when there's a lot going on. And then there's another reason, which is, well, I can't remember the exact color to put the thing on DA Moru. So if you're wondering why some pages kind of looks a bit lighter in some areas or darker in some areas, that's why, because I do have a general idea of where the colors are to get the colors for the characters right. Sometimes they're not exact for every page. So, like on some pages, like Flower's belly could be lightish pink on one page and then in another it's darker. as for the claws being lighter, that was actually intentional because sometimes, well, like when the claws are like on like a color, when they're on the same color, I tried to make them lighter so it could be easier to be seen. And another reason is that sometimes not everything goes as planned. And the most funny example is that originally, like, I with the dark dragon invasion happening in Ren's story, which I will not spoil, but at first I thought it was also going to extend to the elemental village, but it turns out it never did. And I had this one battle idea for episode 12, but after I found out what Ren actually intended to happen, which I'll not say, you're gonna have to wait and find out for Ren. I'm not gonna give away any spoilers, but to the point, like, when I found out what Ren intended, I was like, oh crap. So I had to do a major change, and I found one, and I got to be honest, I actually kind of like this change, which in with episode 12 it's going to be about Ken having to explain why he was not there for Flower and Time Watcher, even though he didn't know Time Watcher exists at the time for those 16 years, which is basically most of Timer's life, because Time Watcher is 15 years old in the comic. And basically, and there actually was a little bit of a hint within episode 11 with Skulton. And the picture of Skulton is a flashback. So, in case you haven't caught on already, Skulton is dead. So, basically episode 12 will reveal a lot of things. And also, remember when I said I was writing an episode guide for myself to remember some of those ideas? I haven't really gone far into it. So I really still need to go through it. And as for the true main villain being revealed within Arc 2, well, let's just say he's actually going to be revealed much earlier than planned, because I do plan a very major moment to happen within episode 13, where the true main villain will try to do something terrible. But Arc 2 will still mainly focusing on the other main characters' character development. Man, I can't talk today, can I? But yeah, Arc 2 will still focus on the other main characters' character developments, and as well as the Dark Dragons having their character development as well. After all, the old guard, who was one of Skulton's personal guards, was the one who did something terrible to the Dark Dragons, and I bet you know. And so, yeah, those are a few reasons why making a comic is hard. I tried to explain it the best I can, and I hope I did not give too much away. And Ren, if you think I gave up too much away, please let me know and I'll take this video down. Is that if you want me to, but that's what I have to say for now. And as for other dragon artists, making a comic is probably much more harder for them because, well, it does take them a while to make pages and basically end up canceling them, but I do not plan to cancel them. So, this is Jacob the Dragon, and see you later!